Goma, the managing director of Arcadia Cottages in Kabale, said that the daily power outages and fluctuations have forced him to use a generator 24 hours a day. As such, in a month, he spends over 25 million Ugandan shillings to fuel the generator to keep the business running, yet he is also required to pay electricity bills of about 5 million Ugandan shillings. All these operational costs eat into his profit margin. Ngoma asked the government to prioritize the tourism industry sector like any other industry in Uganda, and if possible, provide standby generators to those running hospitality businesses. The same concerns on high operational costs were shared by Parity Twinomjuni, the proprietor of Hawk's Eye Hotel in Bunyonyi Kabale. Twinomjuni said that some tourists shun their facilities and opt for neighboring countries like Rwanda, which negatively affects Uganda's tourism sector.
At least we have good supply of water, but it's also independent. It's also dependent on how reliable electricity is. And it's a key thing. It will take us backwards because the industry will not develop if electricity is low. Tourism will not develop if we don't have sufficient electricity. We will not attract investors, whether foreign or regional. We will not attract them when we don't have reliable electricity in our area. It should really be a basic need if we are to grow.
The chairperson of the Kigezi Tourism Cluster, Ivan Watuma, noted that Kigezi region hosts many of Uganda's tourism attractions, thereby contributing a substantial part of national revenue from tourism, accounting for 65%. So the government should prioritize infrastructure investments in the region.
The way they are talking about giving special power to industrial parks, they should give Kigezi region or this some deliberate stable power and affordable power, so that we contribute over 65% of the revenue for tourism from this region, Kigezi Sub Region, because we host the mountain gorillas, which are found here only in the world. 50% of the population of the mountain gorillas are in one ecosystem of Bwindi and Mugayinga.
The chairperson of Uganda Tourism Board, Daudi Migereko, appreciated the concerns and noted that the meeting had helped them to hear firsthand some of the challenges the sector is facing in Kigezi Sub Region. He pledged that the Uganda Tourism Board will scale up the pressing issues to higher authorities in the government for redress.
And fortunately here, many people have taken up tourism and are very active and are expanding, which we thought was encouraging. Most of the hotels you see here are owned by the local people here, and they are well looked after, very well designed, and they have created jobs here. But still, we thought there were issues which our management team could handle with them, to do with safety, to do with health, to do with the standards generally, to do with the grading, and I think that discussion is going to continue.
Kigezi Sub-Region covers districts of Kabale, Kisoro, Ruchiga, Luanda and Rukunjiri in southwestern Uganda, and has various tourism attractions such as Lake Bunyonyi, Bwindi Impenetrable National Park,